Good morning, I was going to say Facebook. I'm so sorry. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, The Magical Solution. My name is Leilani. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a loyal subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me. So I'm out here in my garden right now, drinking my coffee. It's early morning. Watching the butterflies and the bees do their thing. And I wanted to just come out here and just quickly have a little discussion with you guys because I was getting a lot of emails and a lot of requests to do a video on protection, right? Which reminds me, before I get into this discussion, the video that's coming up right after this one, I'm going to be working on it. I'm going to be doing a video on mental clarity, right? So I'm going to be doing a water lamp, creating a water lamp for clarity and you know, having clear sight and getting rid of all the caca in your head. You know, if you suffer from depression, if you suffer from anxiety and lots of thoughts, insomnia, this particular ritual will be very helpful for you. So this video is kind of like a precursor to that, if you will, right? So yeah, I was getting these emails and these questions on the subject of protection, right? Excuse me, I'm so gassy all the time, it's horrible. And this idea of protection, especially when it comes to you know, other practitioners or, you know, witch wars, or even just protection going into cemeteries, you know, etc., right? So here's my thing. I'm gonna do an actual video on this, like the actual subject itself, but I kind of wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about that because what I'm noticing is, and this is an issue as a teacher that I see with my students who are, you know, 14, 15 years old, is this request for help after the fact, right? So like students will just totally, like, what's the right word? They'll totally blow off the whole year, right? And then when it comes to like finals and regions, all of a sudden now they want to come to you and make up all the work that they didn't do all year round, and they want to try and pick up extra credit, and they want to see if they can do this and do that so that they don't fail, right? And I'm the asshole teacher. I'm the one that's like, no, you're not gonna do it. You are gonna fail. It is what it is, you know. But so with this subject of protection, I kind of feel the same way, in the sense that, like, you know, people are kind of going out there, they're messing with things they shouldn't be messing with at an early point in their development, spiritual development, or they're picking trouble with other practitioners, or they're, you know, just stuff happens, and now they're kind of freaking out because they're like, oh snap, I think I'm being attacked, or oh snap, you know, I should protect myself. And my thing is, you know, these are lessons that we all learn, right? And I learned them, and unfortunately I didn't have anyone to talk to when I was learning it. So when I pouted my chest out and I got attacked, I had to deal with it, you know what I mean? So my advice to you is this. My advice to you is be confident in the fact that you're still learning, and that's totally awesome. Like, we're all still learning. I'm still learning. You know, even my elders, the ones that I speak to and I get advice from, my mentors, they're still learning. Like, we're all still, that's what this planet is all about. That's what this earth and being born and being on this planet is all about. Is just continuous learning, right? And trying to ascend the soul, and trying to lift that spirit. And when you're busy getting involved in drama, when you're busy trying to keep other people down, you're not growing yourself, and you're wasting a lot of time. And so my thing is, you know, just be confident in the fact that you're learning, and stay on that path, you know, stay in your lane kind of deal. Don't mess with too much stuff on either side. Just stay in your lane, do what you're doing, just remain focused. Remember that it's about you and your ascension and your growth. And if you do that, you won't have to stress too much, right? Or at least be paranoid. You won't have to be paranoid so much. Now, as far as the protection part of it goes, though, here's my thing with this. Protection is not a reactatory, is that the right way of saying it? Protection is not a reaction to a circumstance. protection is a continuous process, meaning you should always be protecting yourself at all times, always have those guards up spiritually at all times, so that when things really do hit the fan, you at least have those few couple of layers of protection there that will help to break down whatever energies are being thrown at you, so that by the time it does hit you, it's not as strong, it's not as powerful as it when it first went out. So protections that you can do constantly at all times is, number one, making sure that your head is protected. That is first and foremost. Your head, the top, and the back of the base of your neck, the base of your skull, where your spine meets your skull, that little spot there, that's protected. So, wear scarves like this, wear head wraps if you can. Now, some of you can't do that all the time. That's totally okay. A hat works. Or you might be at work and you just, there's like a taboo about wearing all this stuff all over your face and head, and I get that. I totally get that. So instead, you would use things like protective waters or protective oils that you would put on your head and in the back of your neck that will keep it protected. And you just keep re-upping on that. You keep putting that on throughout the day. So that's number one, is definitely protecting your head. The other piece that you want to protect is your heart and your feet, right? So your heart chakra, some people call it, is that space where you kind of emanate the most from. People come from a place of heart most of the time. I can't speak like that for everybody. So your heart gets used, the energy of the heart gets used a lot. I mean, obviously it's working all the time, just like your brain, but I'm not talking about it on a physical level. I'm talking about it on an energetic level. So it gets used a lot. You're coming from a place of heart all the time. And so it's important to keep that also protected. So wearing certain amulets, right? Certain necklaces, wearing certain oils and creams. I am so gassy. Oh my God. There we go. Caffeine, that's what it does. So things like wearing a rose quartz necklace, wearing a cross, a rosary, whatever symbols you feel are very protective symbols, wearing that so that when it falls on your neck, it falls directly on your heart. Okay? Your feet is another thing. The feet are naturally protected because you're usually wearing socks and sneakers and all that stuff. But in terms of just keeping your feet soft and supple, so getting rid of all that callus, lotioning it up, trying to avoid, athlete's foot fungus, things like that, trying to get all of that. Keep your feet clean and soft and strong, right? Because the feet is the foundation. This is how you ground your energy, and this is also where you pull energy up from the earth. So if you don't have your feet protected and ready to do those things at a given moment, that could put you at risk. So, for example, let's say you have to you're about to get into a big debate with someone, especially someone of authority. So let's say you have a meeting with your boss, and it's a meeting in which for a fact you have to stand your ground and you have to be stern because maybe your boss is doing something messed up to you. At a moment's notice, you have to be able to put your feet on the ground and pull that energy up from the earth, as well as ground yourself and stabilize yourself into the earth, to make sure that you hold your ground like a rock, that you're strong and you're sturdy. And that's something that if you're all calloused up, if you're not feeding your feet with the right oils, if you're not doing the right things with your feet, it'll be very, very difficult for you to do that. So that's another thing. A lot of people also love to protect their sacral chakra area, like your gut area, because people oftentimes feel that their intuition and that their instinct and all that comes from that area. And I tend to agree with that as well. You know, whenever I feel something's not right, or whenever I feel I have to pay attention to myself, my gut is usually the first spot that speaks out. It shakes, it quivers, it feels like butterflies. So that area is important to take care of as well. So things like eating right, you know, having cleansing foods, exercising, doing ab workouts, you know, crunches, you know, not having a lot of belly fat. That really helps to strengthen. And, you know, that diaphragm area too, pranic breathing and having healthy belly breaths. All of that will protect your gut, keep it strong, and keep it open to communication with you. But you see, all the things that I'm listing here, if you notice, all the things that I'm listing here are pretty much lifestyle changes that people have to make. You know, these are what you eat, what you drink, how you exercise, how you interact with people. Like, all of these things are all part of self-maintenance, in addition to, you know, wearing certain clothes and wearing certain amulets and wearing certain oils and, you know, putting certain waters on you. Yeah, I mean, you can take cleansing baths and protective baths and all these other things. Sure, you could do all of that, but at the end of the day, if you're eating cheeseburgers every single day, and, you know, you're not exercising, and you're telling yourself that you're stupid, and you're this and you're that, and you're being horrible to your body and to yourself, then all the cleansing baths in the world, all the protective baths in the world ain't gonna do nothing. They're not gonna do anything. So they'll protect you for like a day. So it's a lifestyle change. Protection is a continuous thing, and it's kind of like thinking about it in terms of just Ayurvedic medicine is a great way of looking at it. You know, Ayurvedic medicine is about what you eat and strengthening your immune system so that your body heals itself, right? Same thing with you know, alternative medicines and holistic medicines. You know, it's not about those quick fix pills that you take that will stop something from happening or stop the symptoms for a little while. It's about, you know, taking those essential oils or those flower essences or those herb tablets for extended periods of time, you know, months, years, so that it will slowly and gradually have an effect on your body, so that your body can slowly adjust to being able to help itself. And it's the same thing with protection. It's about this idea of creating the right atmosphere, creating the right circumstances for your body and for your spirit to protect itself, right? So that's pretty much what I'm going with there. However, like I said to you before, I will make a video on, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, maybe a protective bath or a protective oil that you can make or something that you can use on you. Haven't decided yet, but the video that I'm going to do right after this, which is the Clarity of Mind video, I think is a huge, huge first step, you know, because everything that goes on in your mind is going to affect your magic. If you are not in the right headspace, you cannot work your stuff, you know what I mean? So it's a matter of clearing that out, especially after you've dealt with a lot of trauma. Like, for example, this week, you know, I lost a friend just passed away. You know, there was some family drama, there was some stuff that just happened in life. So I'm due for a nice little cleansing, a nice little head cleanse, get rid of all of that junk and refresh, you know? So this video I'm going to do right after this is for the both of us. It really is. It's for the both of us. So, thank you for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I love coming up here and talking to you guys. I'm going to be doing a lot of fun videos like within the next 3 weeks because I've gotten a few requests. And the topics that they requested are actually really cool. So I'm really excited to be doing them for you guys. So yeah, thanks for hanging with me, and I will see you soon.